Hi, gang. It's Hexy. So, I know y'all never thought you'd see me playing this game here, but due to the wardrobe's infectiousness of playing this game, I had to give it a whirl, and, well, it was fun. So, I started with No Question of Surrender, which is using version 1.1 rules. I figured this is probably a good place to start. It's one map. There's really not much terrain. I can build on the rules. The scenarios, looks like the scenarios kind of build into all the rules. And then, eventually transfer over to the version 2 rules, which will, from what I gather, it's still pretty much similar. There's just things that are changed and modified in them. So I jumped right into scenario 1 on this thing. It's a 2-turner with some French infantry, an anti-tank gun, and a mortar team sitting in the fortress of Bir Hakeim, and 3 Italian, Italian companies or whatever, coming in, starting over here in B. Now they're sitting here, but the game's already over, so they're not even actually they are burning hulks laying throughout the sand over here. But they started in here in B, and I had the movement screwed up on the first because I couldn't see the number. I thought it said 10. It says 18, so I didn't move them far and fast enough in their first turn, and they actually get the first execution of the game. So, but the objective was to get one unit inside the deployment area of the French First RE, whatever they are, okay? Something Libre. But that anti-tank gun was vicious, man. I mean, the first shots that I fired in this game from the French into when the Italian tanks got into range, into their fire zone, immediately got a cohesion hit from the anti-tank gun, got a cohesion hit and a heavy barrage from the mortar team, but I did that wrong because I used the wrong number. So it would have been a light barrage, but So what I did was, from the heavy barrage, when I had the Italian tanks move out of it, they had to take cohesion hit. All I had to do was just take the cohesion hits back and just change the marker to a light barrage. So it was no big deal. There was no other misfortune, and thankfully Todd caught that because I was looking at the wrong number. So I did rally, was able to rally cohesion hit off a unit. I think I did a rally and got a suppress off a unit. We moved some more. We decided to go around the top side here, and one of the tanks got completely eliminated, one of the tank units. The other 2 tried to move around to try to get into one of these hexes back here, and they ended up getting suppressed, and they couldn't get out of it. So we had the French infantry close out of their fortification positions here, close on them, had the machine gun close on them, and then the anti-tank and the mortar were able to put fire on them. And the last of the Italian units was destroyed right here in this light barrage hex, just completely eliminated. So 3 tank units down. Each of them were 2-step units. I'm assuming those are companies probably. I don't know. Todd will straighten me out on that. And we captured their leader, and we put him in the prison behind the walls here. So, all right. But yeah, big fun with this game. Like I say, limited. Not all the rules, like no artillery parks, no dispatch points, things like that. A lot of the stuff's cut out. Did deal with minefields and the built-up areas here, the fortification areas here. Anti-tank fire, or did direct fire. We did mortar indirect fire, which is actually, it's not too harsh, pretty simple. I would say for anybody that's going to venture into playing this thing, one of the things, and it's funny because I didn't forget it last night, but Todd kept having to remind me playing turn 2 today, is opportunity fire and doing a troop quality check before you shoot. You maybe make a little note on your board, like a lot of us like to write on our plexiglass with whiteboard markers. Maybe make a little note to that. But the charts have everything checklist-wise for any type of firing or assault you're doing, which I never got to assault, never got that far. You can just go right down the checklist. So, yeah. All right, well, here's the deal. So, short and sweet. Pretty much French total victory on this one here, definitely, because now the highway is completely theirs. There's no Italian troops because they destroyed everything. They're roasting marshmallows on the hulks of their tanks that are burning out there. And they can go wherever they want now in the desert and don't have to worry about Italian tanks being there. So we're going to move on to scenario 2, which I understand. Now, the cool thing about this game is it's all one map. So you just set the map up and you play all the scenarios without moving. Everybody wave to Todd. He's over there on the monitor here. We'll show you. He's on the TV right here. There. Oh, he's bending over. Okay. Wave, Todd. Wave. There he is. Hey. All right. So he's playing along with me to help keep me straight on the rules. And he's already identified, a couple rules changes from 2 back to 1. And we're going through those, trying to get them straight as we play. Fun game. Activation. Chit draw. Last chit in the cup stays in the cup and becomes the first activation on the next turn. which is interesting. I find that extremely interesting. It can benefit. It can actually benefit a formation to be the first one to activate on the next turn. So, got some other stuff in it, random events and air and things like that, but I haven't got to that yet. Weather, things like that. So, all right, we're going to close this one up. Again, French Victory, no question of surrender. This is from the GTS system from MMP. And let's move on to the next one. Talk to you soon.